Hello, I'm Klickacat, and I'm here with an episode of The Wolf Among Us.
I know, but we have to do something. Are you
Kidding me?
When is this thing happening?
Are we sure he's coming?
Yes, you'll have an opportunity to... He's back.
The Crooked Man.
Thank God.
Mother.
Are you okay? It's been hours. We were worried you'd run into some trouble. At the Crooked Man's place.
I mean, why wouldn't there be trouble?
He didn't make it easy.
What happened?
It doesn't matter. He's here.
Yeah,
We got
we'll
him.
talk about
We
that
can
later.
talk about it later. You did well, Sheriff. I'm surprised. Not that you did well,
Oh,
but
yeah,
that,
little
you know,
face.
I'm just glad you made it back in one piece.
It's about time you showed up. Now throw this down the well.
Yes, what are you waiting for?
You killed Lily!
She was my sister.
Could
What do
you?
you have to say for
Where the
your
f do you get off?
poor
You
girls?
think you have the right
And
to
what
just
about
do this
Faith?
to
What could
people?
they have
You're a
done?
crook!
This, you should...
Everyone, can I have your attention? Thank you all for
Yeah,
coming here
definitely
on such
not
short
the
notice.
community
I
he
know
was looking
normally
for.
we'd schedule a formal hearing, but considering the circumstances, I thought it best if we do this as soon
Yeah,
as possible.
don't give him time to, like, bust out of
Crooked
jail
Man
or
is
something.
charged with the murder
As
of
I
Faith
already
and...
informed your sheriff, it was Mr. Georgie Porge who killed those women, not me.
What? It was Georgie?
Georgie.
I don't mean to interrupt you, Miss White.
Georgie may have killed them, but you made the call.
Do I have to explain the situation to you again?
Wait a minute. So you're saying Georgie's the mother who killed my sister? Well, where is he?
Yeah, you're gonna bring that in too, aren't you?
In the
Yes,
morgue.
Sheriff. Where is that rotten scoundrel now?
Is
Yeah.
he still out there?
Sincerely hope not.
Well, where is he?
Sheriff?
I think...
I killed him. He's dead.
He's... what?
Dead. So you see, the culprit has been punished.
It's the truth.
There's no
That doesn't
need to-
change
He said it
anything.
very,
We'll deal with it later,
vehemently,
but right
though.
now, you're the one I'm concerned with.
You called the shots. Georgie made that perfectly clear.
In which case, you still have a lot to answer for.
I
And
was
I
told
don't...
I would be allowed to speak.
We have to read the rest
Oh,
of the
what? There's
charges.
other people.
Charges.
If you'd wait a moment.
I'm well aware of my rights, Miss White.
Fine. Go right ahead.
Wait, that's not how this works. After the rest of your crimes are read through, then you will have an opportunity to defend yourself, but only
Yeah, this
then.
is not a
If you
common
insist.
law court.
You are charged with the murder of Faith and Lily, which Georgie carried out on your order, inciting violence against various members of the Fabletown community, including the attempted murder of Sheriff Bigby Wolf,
Twice.
A misunderstanding.
aiding and providing monetary support for the forced prostitution at the Pudding and Pie. Additionally, you are charged with multiple counts of fraud, extortion,
His
racketeering, and the
hands
illegal
are
possession
really
and sale of magical artifacts.
Whack.
Now, is there anything you would like to say?
First of all, I had nothing to do with Faith and Lily, so you can strike that one from your little record book.
Bull. Like, you
Stop the charade. We know you're involved.
Come on, it's obvious.
And there's all the other crap he's done.
The rest of the charges are more than enough to deserve
We
execution.
all know who you are. We know what you've done.
Just give it
Yeah.
up already.
The Crooked Man has committed crimes against this government and, most importantly, its citizens. These charges, if proven, are enough to justify death, upon which your body will be committed to the witching
Where it
well.
belongs.
That's
So
right.
let's get
But
on
we
with it
promised
then.
you a chance to defend yourself, and I won't rob you of that right.
What the?
Going
This
to
is
let him
about
talk?
justice. If we're ever going to pull ourselves together and make something of this town, we have to start doing things correctly. No more snap judgments, no more secrets. We are going to treat everyone fairly.
Wow, Beauty
even
is
when
giving
they don't
death
deserve
glare.
it.
This is ridiculous.
You have the floor.
Thank you, Miss White. You've all met Georgie. I
Oh
don't
boy,
have
he's
to
got
tell
a
you
whole
what
speech
kind of person.
prepared, I'm sure.
He was a total scoundrel, lacking in any sort of moral fiber. I hired him as a favor to his family, you see. A promise kept to a dying mother.
Oh,
Are you gonna
jeez.
get to your point or what?
Georgie was working for me, yes. But he was not acting on my behalf when he killed those women. It was his business. And for whatever reason, I'm sure only he could understand, he murdered 2 of his most faithful employees. I had nothing to do with it.
This is bull. If you were so offended by it, why'd you cover it up then?
Yeah, after you
If it had
said
nothing to
you
do with
wouldn't
you
cover
and-
for
then why'd you try to
murder,
protect him for
but
so
only minor
long?
I
infractions.
never made any attempt to hide Georgie's criminal activity from you. I learned of it myself.
For sake. Any of you actually believe this bull?
Holly, please.
Tell them, Bigby. When you finally showed up at my door last night, wasn't I more than helpful? I answered
Because you
your
wanted to be
questions. I
on
was willing to cooperate.
Helpful
your
isn't the word
terms.
I would use.
My comrades are another matter, and I'm sorry for the predicament they put you in. They get a bit carried away sometimes, it's true. Loyal to the end. They do it because they want to protect me, as I protected them. You understand wanting to protect what you care about, don't you? You'd do anything. You might even give up an innocent man, just to save someone.
I think you're done talking.
Yeah, we're
Who are you
gonna
afraid
cut this
of?
off.
Why not let an old man say his piece? Let me explain this to you. My employees are just that, hired help. I see some of them are here among you. They are not
that's
my
true.
slaves. They are all free to make their own decisions, as Georgie was.
I don't
What
know.
about Lily? She wasn't free. She wasn't given a choice.
Yeah.
Do you really think she wanted that any of those girls wanted their lives like that?
Like
I'm
Beast,
sorry,
too.
Holly. I'm sorry that your sister asked me for help, and I'm sorry that I decided against my better judgment to give her a distasteful job.
Right, and you kept them in debt so they couldn't leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what you did to us. How you kept us all
You
in
forget
line.
it was not me who put you in that position. You all act like I'm some kind of tyrant.
Well,
When your government
loan
abandoned
sharks
you,
are kind of like
poor
that,
and
too.
helpless, sniveling on street corners, I was there to look out for you,
Yes, but
wasn't I?
Crane was the one who let this town go to the dogs. The guy who was in your pocket, remember?
Really? What about Auntie Greenleaf? Her story is not uncommon. She left everything she had back in the homelands. Everything that matters, anyway.
I knew he
Nowhere
was
else
going to
turn. She
try
came
to
me
appeal
for
to
help.
the
And what did I do for you?
few people we met in the last episode.
I got her tree back, and in turn we used her magic to help poor Fables get glamours. Because I helped her,
See,
she
if you're
was
going
able
to be a
make
crime
living,
lord, you have to
provide
have
for herself.
a
And what
stream
did
of
they do?
altruism
She
to cover
wanted
it up
my
with.
tree destroyed, but Bigby refused.
Very nice.
you were gonna burn her tree? Snow, why would you want that?
I know. Snow made a mistake.
I had very good reasons for asking you to do that. She was working with Crane and the Crooked
Don't
Man.
push it now,
It
Snow.
wasn't her fault.
You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to me. You hated Crane, and you hated him for wanting to you, and you being too soft to notice what he'd do to get it. It had nothing to do with a crooked man.
Okay.
We've made some mistakes. I've made some mistakes. But believe me, I truly want what's best for this town. And that may not always be clear right away, but I want you all to know that I care deeply about all of you. And so does the sheriff.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I can't promise you perfection. No one can.
Maybe you haven't noticed, but we've been doing all this to protect you. We're trying to stop people like him.
The Crooked Man's been exploiting you, exploiting your hope for a better life. You would go to him for help, and he would take that weakness and add it to his strength.
Do you really think the Crooked Man cared about you?
Yeah, any care
Just cared about
is
your
just
money. He
manipulation.
cares about your obedience.
They're right.
You're all still afraid of him, even now. But you needn't be. His contamination of this town is over, and those girls will have their justice.
Uh-oh, it's a unanimous decision. Which in ancient Jewish
Very
law,
good. The
you
sentiment
had to
is
have
sure
at least one
appreciated
person
this one.
advocating
But
for
it
the
doesn't
guilty.
disguise the fact that these accusations are completely unfounded. The sheriff simply doesn't have a particle of evidence linking me to the
Georgie was working for you. Bigby got a
A
confession
confession that nobody heard. Now,
That's
I'm no
true.
barrister, but I think such a statement would carry more weight if Bigby weren't the only one to whom Georgie spoke. Especially given Bigby's history.
What are you talking about?
Snow?
And what about your history? All you've done to this
Yeah,
town.
turn it back on him.
What do you mean there's no evidence?
Maybe he's... I mean, this doesn't feel right, how we're doing this. I just
Of
need...
course it's right. This man tormented all of you for profit. Georgie
Let me
killed
just
him.
make sure I understand you. You're trying to say that I'm responsible for what Georgie did because he was working for me at the time, yes?
Yes.
Of course. Yes, you're responsible.
If I'm to blame for Georgie's mistakes,
He's gonna turn it
shouldn't
back
Miss
on
White be
Snow.
accountable for Bigby's
Yeah.
actions as well.
There it
Like
is.
what?
How about the way he treated poor Tweedledee when he was in your custody? He was beaten to mashed apples while under your watch.
under my watch.
Yeah, well, she was presumed dead.
Right.
Did you think we'd all just let that go?
That was Bluebeard, not me.
He was a murder suspect.
Besides, Crane was still deputy mayor when that happened.
Yeah.
Right
Where
before
he's
you
at.
decided to kidnap him.
It was for his own protection. Oh, you're right, dear. Crane was in charge. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference.
That's enough.
So,
Wow.
you won't answer for your employees' behavior, but I must perish for
This
mine.
is completely different.
I
We all...
did not order those two girls dead. It simply never happened.
Oh my
Georgie
goodness.
killed Faith and Lily.
It's gonna give us
End
the
of story.
runaround all
They want to
day
scapegoat
long.
me for their own tangled ends, but they refuse to answer for their own
This
crimes.
isn't right.
Oh, please.
This isn't the point.
We'll deal with them after we deal with you.
Listen,
What's
I know...
that?
Laws apply when we need them.
Everyone calm down. This isn't
I
the
mean, a
reason we're
certain
here.
level of privilege should be afforded to
To who?
This is how it's always been.
This is what I'm talking about. We lashed our ropes to this diseased world, and ever since, which one of us has been there for you? Who filled your lives with the promise of more? Who was there while they idly played in their towers, judging you, treating you as mindless children, too stupid to command your own destiny? Without me, who will pay your rent when you're
He's
on the
such
verge
a
of eviction?
good manipulator.
Who will dare challenge their brutality when it leaks to our dear citizens? Who will protect you from the big bad wolf? Who will be the...
Bigby? Miss White!
Oh, there's Narissa.
Excuse me, dear.
I wanted to make sure I had the chance to say something.
Why don't you take a moment to catch your breath, little
What's
one?
she doing here?
I'd
Shut
like
up,
to-
Bluebeard.
I need to say something.
Yes?
Kind of in the middle of something.
Bluebeard.
Of course. Go right ahead.
You probably don't remember me. I don't know why I was afraid to come
My
here.
dear, I don't
Just
know
shut
what
up. You enslaved us for years. Let us hear stories about what you do. Told us we would lose everything if we stepped just one toe out of line. And we couldn't say a word about it because of these ribbons. But you know what? Now it's my turn to talk.
How are you?
I found Vivian's body. Did you kill her? Did he?
Sheriff, this is highly irregular.
Be quiet.
Vivian wanted you freed from the ribbons. She took her own life.
I'm sorry, I don't think I know
Narissa!
your-
My name is Narissa.
It's okay, my dear. It's going to be just...
He ordered them dead. This Faith and Lily.
That's
Oh,
a
boy.
lie.
I was in the
Narissa, come
room
in
when
clutch.
he did it. Faith and Lily are dead because of you. The only two people who ever gave a about me.
And this just confirms it.
He made Georgie do it. It was always him. Georgie would have never done anything without his say-so. Ever.
You're going to take the word of a stupid...
At least 5 other girls will back me up on this.
He says he
all
cares
heard you
and
say
then-
it.
Did you now?
Looks like we found our evidence.
She saw it firsthand.
He's guilty.
Good enough for me.
Me too.
So that's it, right?
Calm down the witching well.
Yeah, let's go.
too easy for a crook like that.
What do you mean?
He's gotta pay for what he did.
Listen to yourselves!
Now, what do you mean?
You're all rats, fleeing from one sinking ship to the next. So quick to latch onto whatever will keep your miserable lives afloat. This is how you want to
Well,
repay
that
all
is
I've done for
survival,
you?
right?
What, you take 2 people's lives away and now you want mercy?
You know we can't let you go free after this.
You're done talking, crooked man. You had your chance.
Well done, then.
Now, for
Very
your
nice.
sentence.
We don't have to become murderers.
What are you talking about?
He's guilty. I know that, but we don't have to kill anybody. We can
Yeah.
imprison him. Lock him up forever.
Like the
somewhere he
witching
can
well.
never hurt anyone again.
How can we be sure he won't escape?
I can help. We'll use magic.
That's
I
not
assure
good
you.
enough.
Maybe
There will
she
be
has
more
a point.
if he isn't
Hasn't
stopped.
there been
I
enough
don't give a
bloodshed
shit
So we
already.
get rid of
It's too
him.
dangerous.
Get him out of here.
We can send him
Everyone,
away.
listen up! Clearly, we're having trouble agreeing on a suitable punishment, so I think
Okay.
It's going nowhere.
Oh, shut
someone
up,
needs to make a
Bluebeard.
decision.
Who?
I hope you aren't suggesting yourself.
We should have
Well,
a vote.
we'll do
Make it
democracy.
democratic.
Do you really think that's going to work?
He's right. Nobody can agree on anything.
What about Bigby?
What about him?
Yeah.
He was appointed. He's the only official representative, really. He should be the judge.
That makes sense to me.
I guess it does.
Okay.
Fine.
Are you sure? This isn't how
It's what the people want, Miss White.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Wolf, it's your call.
Snow.
Just do what you think is right.
Yes, Sheriff.
Tough but fair.
Do what you think is right.
That is
Teach him
not.
a lesson.
No.
He has to
We
die.
can lock him
Just
away.
get rid of him.
Because the only one who doesn't really.
Everyone, I'm...
Not this way.
Oh. Well, it seems that it doesn't really matter any way I go. Oh, punch his eye.
There you are. I hope you all remember this moment. Think of me when you try to sleep.
Finish it, Sheriff.
Please, we can still.
End it already.
What happens if I just stay silent? Ooh, okay. I guess that's it.
For Lily. And Faith.
Yes. Another one of us to erase from the books.
Well, there's also Georgie and Vivian, but that's okay. Is that it? It's a pretty dismal ending. Okay. Oof. I was gonna say that's a short chapter. Actually, we're gonna call it good for this episode. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.